Hello and welcome. Today, today we're going to talk about the finest of Minmatar engineering, the Thrasher. Now, if you watched my Y-wing video, you'll note I said that you should probably go ahead and experiment some and try and take some measure of inspiration from other spaceships, whether they're video games, movies, books, whatever. Well, this is um, me trying to pull off the Thrasher from EVE Online. Now, I did used to play EVE Online. I won the game about a decade or so ago, and I haven't logged in since. If you are not familiar with EVE Online, or at least from the era that I was part of it, winning the game was considered quitting and not coming back. However, they do still have some very pretty ships. A lot of them cannot be built in Starfield because, they're all designed to stay in space 100% of the time, so who needs things like landing gear? But I took a look at this and decided, let's see how ridiculous I can get. If you were to go ahead and look at just like a Google search for EVE Online Thrasher, you'll see that it has kind of some solar panel frills up front, which is kind of copied in this array. And then other than that, it was kind of a kind of rustish color, and it was a fairly long ship. Now, the Thrasher in EVE Online is a destroyer. However, destroyers in EVE don't really correlate well to, my Starship Design listings. So I decided that I could go ahead and make this an Escort class ship and take it from there. So I can use Starship Design Rank 2 on this ship, and otherwise everything else is free to go. It's designed so that way you can escort, your merchant vessels or whatever, but basically this ship is something that you can go ahead and play with that will kind of let you be a spacefaring, pirate or just, killing pirates or whatever you want to do with it in kind of the mid game. So the big thing with the Escort classes is with Starship Design Rank 2 as a limitation. That also means that most of the parts are limited to by the level locking somewhere in the 15 to 40 range. So this is more of a mid-game ship, whereas if you've got ship design to level 4, and you can use all the best parts, that's more like a 40 to 60, or level 40 to level 60 range. So you can see right here, I entered a companionway. There's a docker right there. And then I am entering into the armory. I can then come on back here. And right behind the armory, we have the Tayo Captain's Quarters. So this is probably my favorite Captain's Quarters, which is why it shows up in many of my ships. Alright, and then going up this ladder, we get into another companionway. And back here, I have an all-in-one berth. Probably Stroud, I think. And then I have the Deimos Engineering Bay. I believe this is the Engineering Bay B. But there's Engineering Bay A and Engineering Bay B, and you can just kind of choose whichever one you like the look of more. Or, use one of the other engineering bays. On the front side of this, though, we have the cockpit. Now, I will note that there is a small amount of ship clipping coming into the cockpit from right here and then right over here. However, they are in places that you can't even walk, so I consider that to be acceptable. And then if I just sit in the ship, you get very much a fighter pilot-esque aesthetic, making it kind of cool to fly there. All right, So, before we go flying off with this ship, let's go ahead and take a look at how it is built. And you don't need any mods to build this ship, but oh boy, do you need ship flip glitching. And if you really want to make it work, I would highly consider doing a mod that lets you put these pieces together without having to flip them in. Alright, so for this ship, as I said, I have Starship Design rank 2. If you want to make this ship without Starship Design, you can, swap weapons out for ones that don't require Starship Design. Swap the fuel tanks out for something that doesn't require Starship Design. Um, this doesn't require right now, so that's perfectly fine. We would need to swap the engines, and then finally we would need to swap the reactor. So if I come here, you will see that I have the Spheromac DC-201 reactor glitched in right here, which is giving me 28 power in a Class A ship. If I swap this out, I can do, say, like a 134 toroidal, and I lose 8 power, but, everything else still works. And then if I go ahead and keep everything as is, let me cut us off the shield too, just to demonstrate before I really start getting into this. I can go ahead and pack on some Ammon and some Ares DT-30s, and I still get 60 mobility, which is a lot lower than I would want with a ship like this, but, maybe cut some weight with swapping to lighter fuel and getting rid of the cargo, and, we can get up to 85. So, it's entirely possible to make this a Starship Design rank 0 ship, but I am going to finish my demonstration there. Grab my colors in my palette. And then delete it. Alright, so let's talk about how to build this ship. I'm going to start with the bay, which is the shipbed 200, rear facing. And then we are going to be going into a companionway. You can choose whatever companionway you really want for this, but I grabbed a Nova Galactic one down here. Right above this, we are going to go to the Hope Tech 2x1s and grab the armory. And we're going to place that right there. And then right here, we are going to grab another companionway. Again, I used Nova Galactic for my companionways on this ship. Off the back of the armory, I'm going to come on down to the Tayo, and I'm grabbing the Captain's Quarter Bottom B, because I am going to be making use of these side connection pieces. I could also use the mid, and I would lose a little bit of that shape there. So, it's entirely your choice on which one you want. Next, coming off of the companionway, it's going up to the Stroud, and you can use all-in-one berth A or B, does not really matter. Then, off the back of this, we're going to go all the way back on up here to the Deimos, and we've got a 3-in-1. And I'm going to make this the Engineering Bay B. Alright, now, coming down here, let's go ahead and grab that Slim Docker. And then right here, my cockpits, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Commander 500 bridge. Yeah. Do note, this is 28,000 credits for this, for 360 cargo. We could go ahead and grab, say, the Armstrong 20R, or the 20E, I should say. We lose 80 cargo space, but we saved 20,000 credits. So if money matters to you in any way, shape, or form, highly consider going ahead and just using this one instead. The interior is exactly the same. Alrighty then. Now, let's go ahead and come back here. And I want to grab my reactor, my grav drive, and some structural pieces that I'm going to need. So let's start here with the grav drive. Just grab that Helios 300. And then come on over to structural pieces. I'm going to grab a pair of dimeless bellies. Alright, and it looks like I need to duplicate this one in. So, let's go ahead and grab a Deimos hull. I'm going to need this later anyways. There we go. Duplication glitched in, and we're done there. Now, flip this around, and then connecting to the back of this is going to be my reactor. Note the Spheromac does not have a rear, top, or bottom connection point. So if you do want to use this and you don't want to flip it in like I did, or duplication glitch it in, you're going to need a different reactor. And then, speaking of duplication glitching, there we go. Alright, with that done, let's go ahead and come on over to the landing gear. We've got a Hope 5 landing gear that's just plopped on right here. And then, since I'm back here anyways, let's go ahead and grab those SA 4110 engines. Now for these, you can do whatever configuration you want for this, but I decided to just stack them so that way it's kind of mirrored like this. There's nothing that's going to be connecting to the sides here, so it's just how you want this engine appearance to look. Alright, let's keep that there. We are going to be using that a lot more. Next, let me just grab my two Ares engines. And then we are going to go ahead and grab a Nova radiator. And then we are going to grab a Nova radio port below it. You know, I don't think we've got enough radiators left yet, so let's go ahead and grab some more radiators and stick them on. It's a Minmatar ship. They gotta cool it off somehow, right? Alright. Now, let's go ahead and come on over here to the landing gear. And I'm going to put a pair of the Hope 6 landing gears on right here. And then it is time to start trying to make all this mess happen. Fun. So, I've got a couple things that are going on here. First of all, I have that ridge right up front. To make that work, what I have to do is I have to come into the structural tab. I'm going to grab a Hope Tech Pipes 4. And then below that, I'm going to go ahead and put a spine or skeg A. Then I'm going to remove that. And on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and stick a Deimos spine F4. Now the spine F has connection points on top and bottom. It's now, however, unattached to the ship. So I'm going to grab this and flip. Okay, I can't flip it back into place yet. All right, on top of this, I'm going to go ahead and put spine C. Now that that's there, time to flip this into place. Now, this whole front line is connected and flipped into place. Next, I need to figure out how I can get radiators sticking out from the side of this when I have no connection pieces. How would you do that? Well, now we come into the fun that is Daimo's wings. So many wings. Alright, so right here, let's go ahead and start out with a Nova radiator. Here, let's grab a Nova radiator. Don't worry, more Nova radiators will be coming, I promise. Alright, and then what I need to do here is I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab the Daimos Wing E. So I need to grab this separately, and then I'm going to flip it into place. And for this one, you can have that go either way, if you like this look or if you like this look more. It's entirely your choice. This is here for two purposes. One, it kind of fills out this space a little bit. And two, now I have a connection point here, so I can go ahead and add, you guessed it, a Daimos radiator, or Nova radiator. Woohoo, we did it! Now, I'm going to do the same thing up here. What? Let's try that again. That is not where I want it to be. Alright. There. If we change it from the front to the back, now it'll work. So you will see that it is clipping into this cockpit some. Not a lot. But again, we saw from the interior tour, it is not clipping in any place that you can actually walk or move. So I find that to be acceptable. Now, I'm going to go ahead and, you guessed it, add more Nova radiators. Alright. So let me go ahead and actually pull this off for a sec. And I'm going to copy this, place it right there. Oh, that fits just fine. Cool. Alright. But I am now going to duplication glitch that down. Flip that into place. Duplication glitch that radiator up. There we go. And slap some more radiators on. There we go. So then right here, I'm going to go ahead and slap on a horizon weapon mount. Alright, with all of that done, the next step is to copy that over on the other side of the ship. There we go. couple of these. And now duplication glitch this down. Alright. Then I'm going to delete that. So I can go ahead and copy this over. Actually, wait. Let me go ahead and change that really quick. Put that in place. And then duplication glitch that up. There we go. And there you have it. Some sort of wild mess up front. Taking a look here now, I need to go ahead and fix up the top some. I have more wings that apparently I haven't used. I don't even know where I would have put them. Yeah, we'll just ignore that. Oh. Well, that's an issue. Alright. Put that there. Flip that into place. Duplication glitch that down. Alright. Oh boy. And now let's go ahead and futz some with the top of the ship. Right. So for this, I went ahead and put just a bunch of pipes down the top. Right up to there where I've got a spine C. And you know, I could do this, or yeah, let's spice things up a little bit. I don't think that there's enough radiators. Let's add some more. Yeah, there we go. Much better already. Alright, now, being slightly more serious, can't be completely though, that'd be a terrible fate. Let me just see if I am missing anything else that I can think of. Does not look like it. So let's come now to shields. So this is a Class A ship, so I have to use a Class A shield. I could, of course, grab this deflector SG-40 or the 30 if I'm not using Starship Design. However, since I am, I'm going to come on up here and grab the 40S protector shield generator. And then place that there. Change the variant, change it back, cancel, ta-da, it is now flipped in place. Alright. Then, let me come on over here to the fuel tanks. Now, on this ship, I went ahead and tossed in a pair of H10 Atlas fuel tanks. These do require Starship Design, but, you know, I like the look of them. And you will also note, without any cargo on, I'm at 100 mobility. Let's see what it looks like once I put that cargo on. So I used a pair of 200 cm ballast cargo holds. Just tuck those in right there. And finally, let's go ahead and talk weapons. So, for this ship, I decided to throw on a set of the Atlatl 280A missile launchers, mostly because missile's cool. And this also allows me to put out a large burst of DPS if I can lock onto something. However, again, playing on extreme difficulty, the thing that I have found to be the most useful has been to go ahead and choose your favorite weapons that are not auto and are particle beams, so you can basically plink somebody to death from a very long range. So for me, I decided to go with 3 of the Ravager 20 MeV electron beams. I would rather go ahead and use the Vaporizer 35s, but they require Starship Design rank 3. And then the PB50s require rank 3. PB30s are just, I mean, I can fit 4 of them on. So, maybe that's better. I don't know. Um, or I can go ahead and fit on 4 of. Actually, this is probably going to be better. Yeah, let's stick 4 of these things on. Change of plans. We did it. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this off. There we go. And then flip it back into place. So let's go ahead and assign those weapons. And then the final thing that I need to do is paint the ship. So you can see with this loadout, I am 38 equip power with 28 reactor. With the anitronic fusion skill, I basically have a 5 more equip power than I have reactor power. So what I'll be doing is I'll just be maxing out everything except for the missiles and just wait for them to recharge at a slower rate. But let's go ahead and put those colors on this ship. There we go. Nice big old rust bucket. Looks perfect. So taking a look here, I do have, let's see, 927. About 68 more mass available to me if I wanted to go ahead and add another cargo somewhere. I could do something like, you know, slap on a 100 cm ballast cargo hold, or maybe one more of these stuck somewhere. Add more greebling, always more greebling. Um, so there's still a little bit of room to play around, and of course I can always downgrade these to something less. The ship does not need 420 grav jump fuel, but let's go ahead and take it out for a test drive. All right. Nice. There we go. Alright. So, now that it's in space, I will say I kind of wish that these Slayton engines were more even for the rear view. But other than that, I think it's a perfect rendition of a Thrasher. Or not Thrasher. Yeah, Thrasher. Yeah. Haven't played Eve in so long I forgot the names of my ships. I called that victory. So, let's go ahead and take it out to Serpentis. And see how it parties. Now again, I am on extreme difficulty, at least for my ships. Or ship combat. So I need to go ahead and play the kiting game. Oh boy. Whee. So... Oh yeah, definitely need to fly this one from inside the cockpit. Whee! Maybe not all the time, but at least for a little bit. Alright. And again, the way that you want to play with these Class A ships on the high difficulties is basically fly away at top speed and blast them. If you can outrange them, you can basically hit them without them being able to hit you back. However, eventually you will outrange them. Whee! Alright. And now that we've got range on him, turn around and repeat. Okay, fine. We'll get closer. There we go. Hull is intact, not for long. Whee! Alright, let's pick up those ship parts. And then let's go ahead and see if we can do this at another planet. Ooh, hostile activity. Alright, I'm going to need to get closer. Oop! Guess I should not have rammed him. Oh well. We'll give that one more try. Might as well. Oop. Alright. And with one of them down, we'll get some range. Ooh, they're boosting after us. Turn around. There we go. So, playing around on extreme difficulty, you are going to have times that, you know, you just mess up or luck goes slightly off for you and it just doesn't work out. At least with these Class A ships, because you do need to go ahead and play that game where you are trying to, effectively play keep array, because you just do not have the shield or armor to take a hit. Um, and that's why, even though I am, trying to present the best image possible for these ships, I am showing you when I fail and get blown up, and I am keeping that in the recording. However, again, if you want to go ahead and play with this ship and not worry about having to die and reload, lower the difficulty level. It Nobody cares that you're playing on extreme. Play whatever makes you fun for you. So with that, if you enjoyed watching this video, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.